So what do I go and do on Yule? The longest night of the year, the shortest day, the winter solstice. What do I go and do? I go and get my sleep study done because now not only is it affecting my memory, I have severe sleep apnea. Like I've had it since I was a preteen at least. My dad has been diagnosed for it. He has a BiPAP that works well for him. I have a CPAP I've never been able to be compliant on. I've at least, I think it's about a 4 year history of not being able to keep my mask on at night. It's never really worked for me. Um, and so I have memory issues. I have sleep issues. I have severe exhaustion issues. Constantly tired. I've just lived that way my whole life. Um, so what do I do on Yule, on the winter solstice? I go and get a sleep study done last night. I got out this morning at 5 a.m. I'm skipping ahead. First thing, very auspicious beginning. I bend over to start getting changed into pajamas so they can start putting the leads on me. Get wired up for the study, and pop, the button on my khakis just rockets off, and I've lost weight, so this hasn't happened in a while. Auspicious beginning, but it was a worthy sacrifice. It was totally worthy because they found a mask that worked. I laid still. I laid on my back, and I thrash when I sleep. I move around. I used to make a joke that I got more exercise asleep when I did when I was awake, which wasn't that much of a joke. It was pretty accurate. And I just laid there still, even with the wires on me, and as uncomfortable as that was, I got rest. They woke me up at 5, so I've been up for a couple of hours already, and as you can see, still dark outside. Well, it's the morning after Yule, so it's going to be still dark outside, even when it's approaching 7:30 in the morning, but still pretty early. But I'm armed. I don't feel like I need it as much, but so they switched my mask out, and I remember them switching the mask out in the middle of the night. I felt like it was a bigger mask, but it wasn't. When he showed me the mask this morning, it was actually a smaller mask. The strapping was different, how it was on my face, but the key difference, he said, the key difference was in how it laid on the top of my nose. And the problems I was having, I felt like I was being suffocated, but it wasn't that. The problems were air leakage. Like you couldn't get a proper seal. On the other masks, I would start out in the middle of the night or start out as I fell asleep with a proper seal. But because I require a fairly high pressure on the CPAP, a high amount of air pressure on the inside, as the night went on or as I would move, the seal would not keep. So you would get like a high-pitched noise or a vibration as the air would leak wherever the seal would break. The rubber on the seal would vibrate, or you get that high-pitched balloon noise. When you stretch a balloon thin and let out just a little bit of air, maybe that kind of, you know what I'm saying. So they think that that's what was waking me up. And that's why I would take off the mask, because the air would leak. And I know that that's woken up Nikki many times. So I'm going to get a new mask. And apparently I'm due for a whole new CPAP machine. So I'm going to get a modern CPAP machine. And I woke up feeling fairly refreshed. I was yawning like crazy. But I don't feel as nearly as exhausted as I usually do. So I still got a little bit of goop from the leads in my hair, but from experience, it's gonna take a couple of days of shampoo to get all that out. But if all I had to sacrifice was a button on my khakis to make progress on what my neurologist now thinks is a key, or as the primary cause of my migraines, my sleep apnea. If I can solve that with a simple mask and new CPAP machine, popping a button on my khakis is nothing. It's a worthy, easy sacrifice I will gladly make, and I will gladly trade that for a restful sleep. Gladly. So, happy solstice, happy Yule, and I can't wait for Christmas. Crazy face. It's a crappy crazy face. Let's do better crazy face.